Battle Arena 9 Melbourne, starting off with a very exciting Kirby Ditto.
Oats and Milun, I believe, if I've pronounced that correctly.
Milun, yes. So Oats is a local here of the 64 scene. Milun is a primarily melee, but also a Melbourne local. Well, they both love their Kirbys. And unfortunately for the viewers, that's what they've chosen for their very first match. It's going to be a very stacked bracket. I think most people will be happy if they get 3 games in because there's a lot of talent here.
On the mic this evening, we have James, considered the best DK in Australia, in all of Australia, and Jaden Quincy, Queensland's sole representative for 64 at BAM9.
Queensland's finest, you might say.
Potentially, yes. And in the background, you might be hearing Sweet Chili Rosenberg.
Angrily trying to get people into their sets. We've had 1 DQ already. I think we're about to have a second. Oats is probably the favourite for this matchup today. He's quite a bit higher on the ELO than Milun. But Milun is no slouch.
No, definitely not. That's a familiar face, or rather a familiar name.
It's all about the high ground in this matchup.
We've just got Endeavour showing us the bracket here. It is looking quite stacked.
Having some Blackton 2-0 on A. Lamau, that's expected. Microsoft Joe.
So for this year we have 53 entrants for 64, which I think is the best we've had.
I think that makes it the largest tournament Australia's ever had.
Indeed. I'm glad to be a part of it. My first tournament out of state.
First tournament out of state. Flew all the way down, staying in an Airbnb, enjoying the world's most livable city.
Hipster capital of the world, I call it, and others.
Yeah, it is the premier city to live in. And we have a stock taken. We can't see who because the bracket is up, but we'll try to make it entertaining. There we go. I mean, in this matchup, I'd be surprised if there's any more than four or so moves strung together at once. It's not very combo heavy. Good forward smash.
Interesting to see, though, with Kirby's weight, how many up tilts you can get that leads up, either into an edge guard situation or, well, anything really.
I mean, I think the only option is possibly the reverse back air to like a down air. Yeah, something
or
like that.
Nair, yeah. Down air or nair, one of the two.
There we go, but... Ooh.
And there we go, I think that's
Day one to Oats.
Credit to Endeavour and whoever else for this amazing overlay we have here.
The names need to be switched around, I think, though. He's aware. Oats is currently on Milun's face. Bit of fraudulent.
Little dance there with back airs there.
Oats is no slouch. He's known to take pizza game 5 on a few occasions, is Kirby.
Yeah, his Kirby is definitely not to be toyed with. Not to be messed with, rather, sorry.
Trying to see.
Also, I don't know, as you see in the background of the player cams, we are in a different venue compared to last year's Battle Arena Melbourne, or Project Melbourne 2 rather. This year we're in Melbourne's Convention and Exhibition Centre, which I believe is a first for the BAM series.
It is, and it's definitely one of the best venues I've ever seen. It's incredibly spacious. It's not the dank, dark atmosphere one is used to at these tournaments. Costs a lot of money though. Entry fee was not very cheap, but that's what we have to do. I mean, we've got talent from all around Australia here for 64. We've got yourself from Queensland. South Australia is represented by El Jefe and Zoso Florats. Western Australia, Ben Bates, who's standing right next to us, ready to make a dent for the Western Australian scene. He's already won by DQ, so he's effectively JV 10 stocks.
Yeah.
Making Western Australia proud. No one from the Northern Territory. I don't think they even have televisions up there.
Yeah. Who knows what they do up there?
ACT Canberra, I don't think so. That's another hole in the ground that belongs in Australia. Victoria is probably the largest scene, followed closely by, or not followed closely, but followed by Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney has a scene, but recently we found that they don't have any solid monthlies or any solid weeklies or anything. It's all just up to Jesse, to organise tournaments and stuff.
Yeah,
although
right.
they do have they have some strong players up there.
They do. Shout out to Kirby who's in the chat. Oh no, he was in the chat, but he bailed on the event. He didn't want to face the humiliation of losing to Boom.
Of course not. That's right, we completely forgot Boom is actually here in our presence.
Super Boom fan. Not Super Boof man, as some people might have hoped.
I think we've coined the nickname Super BAM fan.
Super BAM fan. I like that one. I mean, if he wins, he's definitely going to be a fan. Make pay. Oats taking care of Milun. Solid 2-0. Milun not phased. He'll make a good run through losers, I'm sure.
Interesting to see how far Oats goes into bracket 2. I almost forgot about him completely.